How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac, and I'm here with another One Piece video on the arc, or the subsequent arc after Marineford, which is the post-Marineford stuff. So kind of like Enies Lobby, how there's the post-Enies Lobby stuff. It doesn't immediately just go on to the next arc. And Marineford definitely does not do that. So spoiler-free review in the beginning right now, like the first 20 seconds. This is great. This, like, these two arcs work so well together. Marineford is great. There's no other way to put it, but this makes it better, even better than that was thought to be possible. Like the run that this show went on from Saba the Archipelago all the way until here was insane, literally insane. And this part just proves it. It gives so much hope, so much promise, a better future, and this is where the second half of One Piece truly starts. Episode 517 is the beginning of the second half. So, if I had to give it a rating, I'll give it again, an 8 out of 10. But the spoiler-free review stuff, over. Now we're gonna get into spoilers. And a sucky thing, right? Sucky thing I found out today. Hulu's removing One Piece from their catalog, which really tragic, really tragic. It was the main source that I was using to watch it. Obviously, I can use other sources. I can use Crunchyroll since that's where I watch all the up-to-date episodes before they went on hiatus. But it sucks. Definitely sucks. Just one less reason to use Hulu now. But I'm on episode 517, so I have to get to Dressrosa since that's all they have there in 2 weeks. That's gonna drain my soul, but if it's possible, I feel like I can do it. If not, then you guys know about it. But yeah, so post Marineford stuff. Again, spoilers for Marineford and afterwards, the stuff after Marineford. So be warned. If you don't care, then happy to have you here. But post Marineford stuff, right? We begin with Luffy saved by Law being brought to Amazon Lily. Law brings him there. He starts working on him. Luffy starts healing, but he wakes up and now he's going on a rampage. Since Jinbei had a hole in his chest, he was getting healed as well, but he got healed faster since he didn't endure as much as Luffy did. And Jinbei's there talking to Luffy like, "Yo, you need to calm down, G. This is not the way." And then Luffy's just going crazy because of everything that happened in Marineford. He's having a mental collapse. He is traumatized, and this begins the arc, the flashback. Like while Luffy's on Amazon Lily and Boa's going head over heels for him, Jinbei's trying to help him out. Law is here and everything. The flashback begins where we get to see the story of Ace, Luffy, and Sabo. So Ace and Luffy we know from previous arcs that they're brothers. But there was actually a third brother that was hinted at earlier in Marineford. And his name is Sabo. So we know that Ace, Luffy, and Sabo are not really biological brothers because Ace and Luffy aren't biological brothers. They're only connected through Garp. Sabo is the most distant brother, and I'll get to that in a second. But Ace, son of Roger, he's living with the Dawn, a group of mountain bandits, and the leader being an orange-haired girl. She's taking care of Ace because Garp was like, "Yo, take care of this little nigga for me, this little niglet." And she's like, "No," and he's like, "I mean, you can do that or go to jail." And she's like, "Okay, I'll do it." And he leaves since he's still a Navy admiral, well, vice admiral. And now the Dawn has to take care of him. And Ace is a very antisocial guy. He is introverted because of his past. He hates Roger because he has to deal with all this trouble, all because he's Roger's son. He has to live a secluded life, all because of his past or his family. So that's why it's Porcus DNA. or excuse me, Portgas D Ace instead of Goal D Ace. He took his mother's name. And later on, Garp brings Luffy to live with Ace. And Luffy, this is the Luffy that just met Shanks, got his straw hat, has a scar under his eye, and just saw Shanks lose his arm. So he was in the Windmill Village, which is literally right next to the Don's thing. Since the Great Terminal, Goa Kingdom is right next to the Windmill Village, and Garp brings him over to the Don, and she's like, "You want us to take care of another one?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's my grandson." And Ace and Luffy meet. Ace hates Luffy. Luffy loves Ace, and Luffy starts following him. This leads to a bunch of hijinks, so on and so forth. They Luffy keeps following Ace. He wants to talk to him. He wants to be his friend. Oh, excuse me. And he just keeps going. He's persistent. And we find out later on that Ace has a friend who's Sabo. And Sabo is the same age as Ace. Ace is 10, Sabo's 10, and Luffy is 7. So these aren't some youngins, these are children. And they're it's revealed that they're stealing treasure from pirates and people in the Gray Terminal, which is just like a dead zone. It's it's a really bad spot if you're not royal in the Gray Terminal. But Ace and Sabo are saving up treasure and money to buy a ship because they want to be pirates. Luffy finds this out and he's like, "I want to be a pirate too." And then they're like, "Bro, we're gonna have to kill Luffy. This man cannot spill the beans on our treasure." And then a couple of pirates, Blue Jam's pirates, which is just a pirate group in the Great Terminal, show up and they're like, "Ace and Sabo, give us back our treasure. We're gonna kill you." And Luffy didn't have time to hide, so he gets caught and then he gets tortured. Ace and Sabo hide the treasure, but then they realize, "Oh wait, Luffy didn't Luffy didn't spill the beans. He didn't blab about the secret. He's been holding it shut this entire time." So they go to rescue him. It's been like 8 hours since he's been captured and he's just been tortured. But by the way, this is the same time that Luffy got his devil fruit because this is after he met Shanks. So some stuff doesn't work on him, but a lot of stuff does. And he's still a kid, so he doesn't know how to fully use it. But they show up, they start blasting everybody, they rescue Luffy, and they dip. And this forms a bond between Ace, Luffy, and Sabo that is now unbreakable. They're hanging out all the time now. They're chilling. They're booling. Ace and Sabo and Luffy get so close that they drink the sake cup. And if you don't know, the sake cup is basically like you jeez, excuse me, oh my gosh. You formally, well, not formally, you drink the sake with anybody else and you become brothers. Not blood brothers, but brothers for life. That's why Ace and Luffy are brothers, because they drank the sake cup. So by all accounts and purposes, they're family. And so is Sabo because he also was there. But yeah, now Sabo is also under the Don's care because I mean, he's a kid. He's 10 years old. He doesn't really have anywhere else to go. So they're all living together. They move out. Here. They move out of the bandit hut and they go live in a tree fort. The Don goes to check on them from time to time because I mean, as much as she says she doesn't like them, she still does care for them. They're like her children to her, and it's I mean I can see it. It's a worried mother. But I forgot her name. Oh my goodness. Oh, but from time to time, the people from Windmill Village, the mayor. All right, so sorry to interrupt what I was talking about before, but I have lost all the footage from 9 minutes into this video onward, and I have to re-record it. So I'm here to do that. But can't lie, I'm a little upset. But you just gotta roll with the punches and keep going. So let's do just that. Last time I checked, I was at the point where they were at the sake cup. and I was mentioning Makino, which is the person I couldn't remember her name for. So yeah, let's just continue off of that. But yeah, they drank the sake cup. They went to live on their own in a tree fort. Dadan checked on them from time to time. Makino checked on them from time to time. Makino brought a bunch of clothes and love for Luffy and all of them since they're all brothers now, and it was great. It's a great time. Same with the mayor. But things progressed. Things kept going on. They met a pirate who had conqueror's haki, which I'll mention later on in another time. But yeah, they learn some stuff from him, and they help him build a ship in return. And since the three boys want to be captains, they made a bet on beating a tiger in the forest, and if they beat him, they get to be the captain of the ship. And that's how it led to them beating the pirate. But long story short, they see him off, and now they're back to being brothers again, chilling. And Blue Jam, the pirate that I mentioned earlier, yo, you need to shut up. Oh my gosh. Alright. The pirate that I mentioned earlier, another pirate, Blue Jam, he made a deal with Sabo's dad that he would bring him back. And now he was waiting for to do that. Because, the more money comes, the more worried they are. And I don't know, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier or not, but Sabo's royalty, his family is using him as a bargaining chip for marriage and getting rich and having more knowledge, all that sort of stuff. They see him as a tool more than they see him as a son. And that's why he ran away. So now they're looking for him, and they do just that. They find him. Luffy and Ace are beat up while Sabo gets taken back, and Sabo now lives with his parents again. He hates it. He hates it completely. So he's trying to escape. He keeps getting thwarted. But one thing he learns is that people are actually going to burn down Great Terminal, which is the place where Sabo was chilling at after he ran away before he started gathering stuff up with Ace. But he's looking around asking people like, yeah, you know that Great Terminal is going to be burnt down? And they're like, yeah, I know it. And he's so baffled, like, how can people be chilling here? Here. How can people be just sitting, living their life day to day, not like with a single worry or shroud of or bit of concern for the people that are going to die? And it's because of the fact that A, Great Terminal is going to be burnt down because a celestial dragon is showing up, and the kingdom wants to burn away all the shame, and all the shame includes the people in Great Terminal. And the royalty aren't concerned because it doesn't concern them. It's shame and they aren't shameful. In reality, they're sick, twisted people. And so Sabo's like, yeah, I can't live here anymore. These people are insane. And so he tries to go to stop the fire from happening, but he can't. On the other side, Luffy and Ace are helping Blue Jam set up the fire, but they don't know that it's the fire until it's too late. And now they're boxing Blue Jam while the fire is starting up. And Sabo keeps trying, but he can't. Dadan shows up to help Ace and Luffy. Luffy gets taken away by the bandits, which is Dadan group or Dadan's group, and Ace and Dadan fight a Blue Jam together. Luffy's just chilling, recovering. Sabo is back to being in royalty, and Sabo, he's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna write a letter to Ace and Luffy, and I'm gonna go. So he writes that letter, he steals a ship, and he's ready to sail out. This still happens to be the day that the Celestial Dragon shows up. So he's sailing, and he crosses paths with the boat. So he makes a smooth right to get out of its way, and then they'll be on their way. But the Celestial Dragon, being entitled to just being a god, I guess, he looks at Sabo and he's like, huh, that's no good. He should be dead. And he shoots 18 cannonball shots at Sabo, blowing up his ship. And one of the bandits who was in Dadan's group sees this, and he immediately goes over to Ace and Luffy and the bandits, telling them that Sabo is dead. Ace and Luffy are despaired. Dadan is despaired. Everybody's just sad. Ace and Luffy, they reach the scene that we've seen so much in Marineford, where it's them looking over a cliff saying, "We'll be pirates, Luffy, I swear." And Luffy's just crying. So they get to that scene, they read the letter, and Ace, for the first time in the flashback, starts bawling his eyes out. And now, things start progressing more and more. Ace and Luffy are 17 and 14 now. Ace goes out on his journey to become a pirate. He leaves the village, he leaves the bandits, and the Don starts crying. And now Luffy has to catch up. In 3 years, when he's 17, he'll be ready. He works on his craft. He's getting ready. He's preparing. And when the time comes, he says goodbye to the Don, thanking her for everything. She starts crying again. And he goes to Windmill Village to see Makino and the mayor. They're just super happy to see Luffy all grown now, and they send him off. Luffy beats up the Sea King that took Shanks' arm since he showed up again. Immediately worked him, so there's no doubt about that. Luffy has grown stronger. And now, oh man, back to the present. Luffy is despair. But Jinbei, through his tenacity and just good word choice, honestly, tells Luffy, like, Luffy, you lost everything. Or no, you lost something important to you, someone important to you. But what do you still have? And then Luffy remembers all the memories that he made with his friends, and he's like, I still have my friends. He's like, yep. So fight for them, Luffy. They're still here. Don't lose them. And so they get ready. Law leaves because somebody shows up, and that somebody is Dark King Rayleigh. Rayleigh's like, yeah, you can go now. You're chilling. I'll take care of this now. And so Law's like, okay, and then he leaves. While Luffy, Jinbei, and Hancock are just chilling now, Rayleigh shows up and he's like, yo, Luffy, are you gonna go back to Sabaody? He's like, yep, I gotta find my friends. And he's like, yeah, don't do that. Let me tell you something that you should do, as a suggestion. And then we flash over to all the other characters: Nami, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, Frankie, and Brook. We get to see what they're all doing, from studying weather to an island with cavemen and birds, an island filled with giant fruit and animals, and a Heracles beetle or Hercules beetle. I don't know the nomenclature. An island full of Satanists, an island filled with imprisoned young girls and boys, and just people in general. An island filled with cross-dressers and homosexual people who've awakened to their inner feminine side, and an island filled with baboons and Mihawk and Perona. So we all get to see that. They all find out that Luffy's brother died, Ace died, and now they have to find him. So they're gonna go back to Sabaody by any means. But Luffy follows Rayleigh's advice, which was to Marineford, and then after that, to go train with him for 2 years. So Luffy goes to Marineford and he sends the message out to his crew subtly. He has a tattoo on his arm that says 3D, which is crossed out, and 2Y, which is 3 days, which is the amount of time that they were supposed to meet back up on Sabaody. But now it's 2 years. This is how long it's going to take to meet up on Sabaody. And so they all get the message and they all start training. Meanwhile, out here, Luffy, he's like, yeah, Rayleigh, let's do it. Let's get ready to train. And then Hancock's super sad because she's not going to be seeing Luffy that much anymore. Jinbei leaves to go to Fishman Island. He extends his invitation to Luffy for whenever he wants to come, since we know that they're going anyway, since they've been mentioning it since the end of Enies Lobby 200 episodes ago. But yeah, so Luffy and Rayleigh go to an island where it has 48 seasons a week. So, oh, excuse me, wrong phrasing. There's every week has a different season, so 48 seasons a year. There you go. But yeah, they go there. Rayleigh starts talking about hockey, which is basically armament hockey, observational hockey, and conqueror's hockey. Conqueror's hockey is intimidation, so if you use it, you can knock out anybody who doesn't really have like the hockey potential. or who doesn't have it awakened. I mean, observational is like just being able to sense things without really using your eyes much, or just being able to sense things that your eyes couldn't sense too well, or being able to even sense the future a little bit, but like a couple seconds, like Katakuri. If you don't know him, don't worry about him. But yeah, like it's just observational senses, all that. And then you have armament hockey, which is defense. You can strengthen your body, making it sturdier and stronger by using armament hockey. And this is a way to counter uh, devil fruit users, specifically Logia types, specifically Logia types. So like Akainu, Ace, Aokiji, Kizaru, all those people. Counter people like that. And so Rayleigh's going to be teaching Luffy armament and observational because Conquerors is something that you learn on your own. Something that you have to progress by yourself. Because it's all dependent on your spirit. But Luffy's like, alright, but just give me a second. And he goes over to a rock that isn't affected by the seasons, and he puts his hat on there, saying, Straw Hat Luffy is on hiatus until further notice. And he goes back to train with Rayleigh. And now, we wait for the return of the Straw Hat crew on episode 517, where they come back to Saudi Archipelago. And that's the end of Post Marineford. And my opinion on it hasn't changed. 8 out of 10, for sure. Great arc, great follow-up to Marineford. It gives so much context to Ace and Luffy's relationship, and that person that they mentioned when Ace was dying in Marineford. It was something, man. It was definitely something. Post Marineford does the same thing that Post Sandy's Lobby does, putting a bow tie on that arc, but also leaving some things open ended, like what's gonna happen now, how's the world gonna change, and so many more questions. Like questions are answered, but more questions are brought up, and hope. Oh, oh my goodness, excuse me. Hope is at the forefront of all of this. The Straw Hat crew is hopeful that they're gonna be able to come back, bounce back, and be ready for anything that comes towards them. And this is what Post Marineford does, you know? It's hope. After all the despair that Luffy went through from Saudi Archipelago, Amazon Lily wasn't true. Uh, well, but yeah, I guess he can. Amazon Lily, Impel Down, and Marineford, losing people, going through hardships and trials over and over again, fighting against Magellan, losing Bon Clay, losing Ace, having to fight his grandpa, having to fight all these admirals and people, all these battles, having to have like 2 injections from Ivankov, having to go through all this turmoil, having to lose against Akuma and Kizaru and Sentomaru, all these people, just to lose at the end. We needed some hope, you know, we needed some bittersweet hope to be able to make it through. And that's what Post Marineford does. And I'm glad it doesn't, because it was definitely needed. But yeah, you know, overall, that was pre-time skip One Piece. I'll probably make a video on pre-time skip One Piece, giving all my thoughts on it. But that was it. That's the end of pre-time skip One Piece. Next is post-time skip One Piece, with the start being the return to Sabaody and Fishman Island. And I can't wait. I can't be more excited. I'm so hyped. But that's gonna be it for me for now. Hope you all enjoy. Thank y'all for watching as always. And yeah, you know, next time I'm gonna be talking about those next 2 parts, Sabaody or Return to Sabaody Archipelago and Fishman Island. Finally, after 200 episodes in 4 years, we'll be going to Fishman Island. But yeah, I'll check y'all out. Peace.